Okay, guys, so we're back at it again with another Destiny 2 in-depth, well, Destiny 2 beta in-depth subclass review. Just want to let you guys know, actually, when Destiny 2 actually comes out, I'm going to be going super in-depth into these attunements and the actual subclass. I like bring you guys gameplay examples and all that good stuff. The only reason why I'm basically not doing that now is because, yeah, you know, the Destiny 2 beta is about to come to an end and I don't have time to get gameplay for every single thing that I want to point out. So with that said, let's stop wasting time. Let's get right into it. I like to use Solar Grenade in PvE because when it comes down to the Dawnblade, I like to just do a lot of crowd control, and the Solar Grenade does crowd control the best, okay? I like to throw the Solar Grenade into groups of enemies, specifically those knowing Cabals with those big shields. By the way, if you don't know how to deal with those Cabals that have big shields, just shoot the center of the shield and then the big shield deactivates. Just letting you guys know. I was thinking of making a separate video on that, honestly, but I think it's kind of obvious. Anyways, for PvP, I like Fusion Grenade because it attaches to people, and the attachment thingy is actually, you know, honestly kind of unfair. So that's why I use Fusion Grenades in PvP. Although Firebolt are pretty healthy, I never use Solar Grenades in PvP, even if I'm playing Control. Alright? Because I believe Fusion Grenade is way more helpful, even though they completely nerfed this grenade because they used to like insta-kill people, as you guys know. Healing Rift and Empowering Rift, I talked about these two abilities in a very in-depth type of way on my Voidwalker review, so you should probably go check that out. Daybreak, I'll talk more about this later. When it comes down to PvE, I like Burst Glide for the initial boost of speed when you first start out your jump, which means you can actually, you know, land in higher areas way faster. But for PvP, I go with Balance Glide. I just like Balance Glide. Alright, now let's get right into it. You know, let's get into the in-depth type of breakdown that we're going to be doing for the Attunement of Flame and the Attunement of Sky. Alright, so listen, this is why I think Attunement of Sky is going to be the least popular attunement that people are going to be choosing in the actual Destiny 2 game. Although, I don't know, you know, maybe the PvE beta, I mean, the PvE meta is like completely different in Destiny 2, and maybe Attunement of Sky is one of the best attunements. But Winged Sun basically, you know, like it says, engage your enemies mid-flight. So it's basically like an Angel of Light. I don't know what the Sunsinger ability is called because I never use that ability ever in Destiny 2. Alright, it also has the ability of the Empyrean Bellicose that lets you float in midair. But anyways, this ability basically lets you stay airborne for, you know, a pretty good amount of time, a pretty long amount of time. And it lets you fire weapons and throw grenades while you're gliding, okay? So obviously, you know, people might say, wow, this is great. But the only reason why I don't like Winged Sun is because it basically makes you a vulnerable target. Like, every time that I'm playing the Dawnblade subclass, I have to be very, very careful of where I am going and where I am floating, because I basically make myself a really, really easy target for snipers and other enemies that basically just keep shooting at me over and over and over again. Now, the reason why Winged Sun is very, very great is because it has good synergy with Heat Rises. Basically, every time that you get an airborne kill, it recharges your grenade and melee energy. But as you guys know, in Destiny 2 beta, like, yeah, grenades and melee energy just take a long time. So obviously this ability is going to be better when it comes down to the actual Destiny 2 game. Also, the good thing about this is that when you cast Daybreak, you get your grenade back like instantly. So obviously Heat Rises is very, very good for that. But honestly, again, man, just floating in the air, specifically in PvE, in PvP, it's like, you know, already bad enough because you're a super easy target. But you know, floating in the air, shooting your weapon in PvE, you're gonna have so many ads that are gonna be shooting at you, because obviously, you know, you want some cover around you and all that stuff. So yeah, man, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of Winged Sun. Alright, let me stop bashing Winged Sun. Icarus Dash, I was a huge fan of the Twilight Garrison. I used the Twilight Garrison a lot in Wrath of the Machine back in the day when I used to play Wrath of the Machine religiously every week. It's amazing, okay? And I'm very, very glad that the Icarus Dash cooldown is only 10 seconds, because honestly, I feel like that's actually pretty fair. I mean, it's a mid-air dodge, but, you know, you can still pretty easily, you know, kill people that are dodging in midair if you're able to track them. So, honestly, I think this is also a big deal for PvE, because sometimes midair dodges save your ass in PvE. Specifically, I mean, you guys know, if you guys were a Titan in Wrath of the Machine, you knew that the Twilight Garrison would sometimes help you get to the destination that you needed to get faster, like for example to the slam dunk on Axis, or sometimes when you would dodge in midair because you were about to fall off the mats. Again, Icarus Dash, extremely helpful. And then of course we also have Swift Strike. Basically, when you strike an enemy, you burn them. Of course, that's good. The enemy, you know, gets extra damage. And on top of that, you have increased movement and reload reload speed. So obviously the reload speed is something that's very, very good, very, very helpful. So I think, you know, this might be helpful on PvP, but at the same time, this ability kind of contradicts this ability, because basically in PvP, what you don't want to do is be an open target for everybody to see. So honestly, I don't really think these two abilities synergize each other well, but again, that's just my opinion. That's why I'm making a video on my thoughts on the Dawnblade. Okay, so Attunement of Flame. This fucking attunement, Jesus Christ, it's fucking amazing. Okay, so basically this is a perk tree or an attunement just for the Daybreak ability. I fucking love the Daybreak ability. It's very, very good on count control. It's very, very good against bosses. It's very, very good against tough enemies. Daybreak is just completely destructive, and this ability right here, my friends, just makes Daybreak 10 times better. Okay, Phoenix Dive. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is the ability on the what's this thing called, on the Destiny 2 E3 beta that players were using, where they would just smack their sword into the ground after they would activate the super. So basically, I really like this ability because, you know, if you are in midair and you're shooting an enemy in PvP or in PvE, and you see that you're taking a lot of damage and you need to descend back into the ground, not only do you descend back into the ground, but you restore your health. That is a big deal, specifically in Trials of Osiris. Like, let's say you're taking damage in Trials of Osiris, you basically just use this ability and bam, that's it, you're in the ground. And what if you have a healing rift? Like, you can even heal your fucking enemies around you as well. So yeah, Phoenix Dive, I really, really like this ability. And on top of that, it also complements Daybreak as well, because sometimes with Daybreak, you know, you want to go back into the ground, but you basically can't, because the Attunement of Sky basically, you know, denies the laws of gravity. So yeah, Phoenix Dive, very, very good. Everlasting Fire. Killing an enemy with Daybreak extends its duration. Obviously, we've seen this perk in Blade Dancer. We've also seen this perk in the Sunbreaker. This perk in the Sunbreaker. I really, really like this ability. It basically lets you have your Daybreak for longer amounts of time, which basically means that you can kill more adds. Obviously, that's pretty good. Igniting Touch. Okay, striking an enemy with melee not only burns them, of course, which does extra damage, but it causes them to explode when killed. So, in other words, let's say that there's a major that you're fighting. All you have to do is just melee him, and when you kill him, he explodes, of course, causing damage to other nearby enemies, which is, of course, very, very helpful, because, of course, sometimes, you know, adds get around majors, and obviously, you know, it's basically, you know, like a free way of you damaging the adds that are around majors. Last but not least, we have Fated for the Flame. I really like the name of this ability. Basically, Daybreak projectiles not only seek targets, okay, but basically, when they hit the ground, they basically put fucking, you know, flames in the ground, which is going to damage enemies. Obviously, this is very, very good because it's really, really, you know, it's basically just going to make, you know, crowd control very, very easy with the Daybreak. Honestly, I think that the Dawnblade is basically a subclass made to destroy a lot of adds, just like the Sunbreaker was, because the Sunbreaker was amazing at destroying adds. Anyways, I'm sorry that my voice probably might sound different, guys, is that I've been making videos all day and basically my fucking voice hurts. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm looking forward to the Destiny 2 game. I hope you guys enjoyed my in-depth Dawnblade Warlock subclass review. If you enjoyed it, why don't you drop it a like and subscribe for the Destiny 2 content that will be coming in the future. Peace out, my friends. See you on the next one.